Caregiver is arrested, accused of victimizing an 81-year-old man. CBS 12 News reporter Al Pefley says the way the man tried to reach out for help from the police is very unique. Al joins us in Lantana.
A caregiver is supposed to take care of an elderly person, not harm them. But police say a caregiver who looked after a man here in his home became violent and tried to strangle him. When this letter carrier stopped by the home of an 81-year-old man in Lantana Monday to deliver mail, he found an unusual note hanging on the man's mailbox. It read, "Call the police." The elderly man who lives in that home put the note on his mailbox after he says a woman who's his caregiver tried to strangle him Sunday.
Well, she got on me, on top of me, and started grabbing my hand that had the cell phone that I was calling the police. And I couldn't call the police because she grabbed it.
He says his caregiver, 60-year-old Denise Williams, was upset with the condition of the bathroom, and she tried to strangle him with both her hands around his neck.
Did you think she was trying to kill you?
No. No, she was just angry.
He says Williams took his cell phone, 2 landline telephones, and his car keys and locked them in her bedroom, and she stole his credit card and checkbook and she left. Without his phones, the victim could not call 911. Fearing for his safety, he got a pen and paper and wrote a note like this one that says, quote, "Call the police," and he hung it on his mailbox next to his front door. The next day, the letter carrier found the note, discussed it with his supervisor, who then called Lantana police, and Williams was arrested.
And what do you think of the fact that
I wonder why he discussed it with his supervisor, but that doesn't matter. She was upset with how he left the bathroom. He's an 81-year-old man. And she goes to strangle him? And she's 60 years old. Oh, yeah, see, this
he actually acted on this note, that he saw it and realized somebody needs help?
I'm very, very happy for that.
He says until she attacked him, Williams had been his live-in caretaker for about 2.5 years, and he paid her $2,000 a month.
I'm sorry for her. I really am. Because she has no place to go right now, other than where she's going after she gets out of the hospital.
The victim is a Navy veteran, a widower, and a retired security guard. We caught up with the letter carrier who saw the victim's note and realized the elderly man needed help. He said he had no comment.
You'd have to go talk to the supervisor at my office.
As far as we can determine, Williams is in a local hospital. Once she's released, the next step would be transferring her to the county jail. She has a court hearing January 29th.
I wonder why she was in the hospital. Let's go over to this next video, see if they give us any more details.
A caregiver is supposed to take care of an elderly.
I guess they won't. Let's go over to...
Tonight, what started as a handwritten note inside a mailbox has now turned into a criminal investigation. Lantana police say the elderly man who wrote it was abused by the person hired to care for him.
Our reporter Rachel Perry sat down with an 81-year-old who says he felt trapped and had no other way to get help.
The note was short, but the message was urgent. Just 3 words: call the police.
She almost violently grabbed my hand, and finally I couldn't stand the pain because she was really squeezing it hard.
The 81-year-old man is talking about his now former live-in caretaker, Denise Williams.
And every month, every day, she got a little bit worse.
Things came to a head last week when he says Williams began yelling at him over the state of his bathroom, so he tried calling 911.
She jumped on my chest. I was laying down trying to get my phone, and she just jumped on my chest and started grabbing at my phone. And she finally got it. Scratched me, as you saw.
Telling WPBF 25 News, Williams made sure he couldn't call for help.
Then she grabbed my phone and the 2 house phones, the landline phones, and my car keys, dumped them in a room and locked the door.
But he didn't give up.
So I wrote the little note, put it in the mailbox.
Now help came from an unexpected place. A postal worker spotted the note and called police. Now the victim telling me he's forever grateful they did.
I wrote a little note saying, "Thank you very much for Monday."
As for his former caretaker, police say Williams was found at a nearby gas station with the victim's debit card and checkbook. She's now in the Palm Beach County Jail on a list of charges, including
Hold on.
including robbery and battery on an elderly victim.
Let's back it up some. You know, we got to look at 60 years old. What are we doing? What are we doing? You are a caretaker. Obviously not a good one. He was paying you, I think in the last video they said he was paying her $2,000 a month. I don't know if that's good or bad, but she was there to do a job. She ended up trying to strangle him. Crazy situation.
On a list of charges, including robbery and battery on an elderly victim.
Well,
In Lantana, Rachel Perry,
that's a crazy situation, y'all. You already know. Let's go over into a little AI overview, just see if we have anything else. So, like they said, it's an 81-year-old Navy veteran in Florida who used a handwritten note to alert the police. So the victim reported that his caretaker of 2 years, Denise Williams, had physically attacked him, jumping on his chest and violently squeezing his hands to prevent him from calling 911. She also allegedly stole his credit cards and checkbook. So she was arrested and facing charges of battery on an elderly person, elderly exploitation, and robbery by sudden snatching. And this happened on December 29th, 2025. Yeah, I wonder why the postal worker had to call a supervisor to make the call. But then he wouldn't. Well, of course, you're not going to make if you're already just calling your supervisor just to make the call, you're not going to speak on to the news or anything about it. But this just goes to show you have to be careful where you leave elderly people, who you let them take care of, especially people in your family. Because some people will do your older family dirty, not care about who they hurt just to try to make a quick buck. Then they'll threaten them so they won't tell you about it. People who hurt, these are some scum who hurt the weakest and the old, the frail. It's a tragic situation. She needs to be punished for her actions. She looks like, she doesn't even look like a good caretaker. Where is she at? They ain't even got a picture up there no more. Oh yeah, those are the bruises. Crazy situation. Take care of your elders, everybody. Please take care of your elders, because sometime in the world other people won't, or they'll just abuse them. Crazy situation, but at least he made it out alive. At the end of the day, he made it out alive, and she has been arrested, and she will be punished for her actions. Will it be enough punishment? Probably not. Probably not.